After experiencing dozens of problems finding a rental that didn't smell like gym socks and regret, Deadpool finally found the house he was looking for. It was a charming two-story place with character, which in real estate terms usually means the walls are made of asbestos and bad vibes. Although there were some strange comments on the local rental forums, mostly from a user named Doomed Dave who claimed the kitchen sink tried to baptize his cat in hellfire, Deadpool ignored them and rented it anyway. "Look at this place, Barnaby," Wade exclaimed, tossing his plush unicorn onto a dusty sofa. "It's got crown molding, a breakfast nook, and the previous owner's despair baked right into the drywall. It's perfect, and the landlord didn't even ask why my credit score is just a drawing of a middle finger."
From the first day he moved in, things got weirder than a late-night infomercial for a slap chopper. The furniture was strangely moved around. One morning, his armchair was in the kitchen. The next, his treadmill was blocking the front door like it was staging an intervention for his lazy lifestyle. Deadpool initially attributed this to a B12 vitamin deficiency or perhaps a very active bout of sleepwalking fueled by too many mega beef burritos from the local 24-hour grease trap. "Maybe I'm just getting my cardio in while I sleep," he reasoned, poking a hole in his mask to shove a corn dog through. You know, burning calories while unconscious. It's the ultimate fitness hack. Either that, or I really need to stop taking those expired super male vitamins I found in the dumpster behind the pharmacy. But the problems didn't stop there. Deadpool heard strange screams coming from inside the walls at night, disturbing his sleep. "Keep it down in there," he'd yell, thumping the drywall with his katana hilt. "Some of us have to wake up early to scroll through social media for 3 hours. Get a hobby. Start a podcast like every other guy with a microphone and a lack of self-awareness." When he woke up in the mornings, he encountered problems such as sudden temperature changes. One room would be as hot as a volcano's armpit, while the hallway felt like the frozen food aisle of a budget supermarket. Deadpool still strangely liked the house, mostly because the rent was cheaper than a streaming service subscription, until his plush unicorn, Barnaby, disappeared. After this incident, Deadpool was so angry and upset that he even put up missing Annabelle posters on the streets, featuring a high-quality photo of the unicorn and a reward of 3 high fives and a slightly used grenade. "This is war," Wade hissed, pacing the living room. "You can move my ottoman, you can scream in my vents, you can even turn the bathroom into a walk-in freezer, but you do not touch the horn. The horn is sacred." After this event, the paranormal occurrences increased even more. Strange writings appeared on the bathroom mirror, mostly stuff like "Get out" or "Your costume makes you look bottom-heavy." Deadpool experienced things like feeling like someone was watching him while he showered, which was weird even for him. "Hey, eyes on the ceiling, creep," Wade shouted at the empty air while scrubbing with Mountain Blast body wash. "You want a show? Go to the circus. I'm a professional. I don't work for free. And stop writing on the mirror. Cleaning spray isn't cheap." Deadpool started looking for professional help on the dark web, which turned out to just be a forum for people who like dark chocolate. But after seeing the hourly rates for exorcists, who apparently charge more than a high-end mechanic, he decided to investigate himself. He immediately went to the local market and brought products he believed would ward off evil spirits, such as salt, vinegar, and enough garlic to kill a vampire king. "Okay, listen up, ghosts and ghouls," Wade announced, spraying vinegar like he was seasoning a giant order of fries. "I'm about to make this house smell like a deli counter, and none of you are on the guest list. Salt on the floor, garlic in the vents. It's the vinaigrette of righteousness. Taste the acidity of my justice." He tried them one by one at home, but still couldn't find a solution or the source of the problem. He was even starting to think about moving out. But one midnight, the spectral sniffer app that Deadpool had downloaded to his phone, which was mostly just a vessel for pop-up ads for mobile strategy games, started alarming. Beep, beep, beep.
"Oh, now you work," Wade grumbled, checking the screen. "Right when I'm in the middle of a marathon of my favorite sitcom, the lead actress was just about to deliver a sick burn to her ex-husband." Deadpool carefully started walking towards the point the app directed him to, his katanas drawn and his heart pounding. Finally, he descended to the basement of the house, which he never used because it smelled like damp laundry and 19th century regret. There, on a table, sat a doll.
"Ah, you've got to be kidding me," Wade muttered, tilting his head. The doll sat there, her unblinking glass eyes reflecting his red mask. She had braided hair, a faded lace dress, and a look on her face that said, "I definitely eat souls for breakfast." I was expecting a portal to hell or maybe a very lost delivery man, but I get a garage sale reject from the 70s? You're the one who touched Barnaby? The doll stared back. The air dropped 20 degrees. A low, guttural growl vibrated through the floorboards. "Oh, scary," Wade mocked, leaning in close. "Listen, Raggedy Ann on bath salts. I've fought interdimensional titans, time-traveling cyborgs, and once a very angry, flightless bird. You're just a plastic thirst trap for demons. Where's the unicorn, you porcelain nightmare?" Wade doused her in lighter fluid and tossed a match. "See? This is why we can't have nice things." He pulled out a bag of marshmallows and started roasting one. "Once you're a pile of ash, I'm turning this basement into a man cave with a giant beanbag chair." He turned his back for 10 seconds to check his phone. When he looked back, the fire was out. The doll was sitting in his lawn chair, holding his marshmallow stick. "Hey, that was the perfect golden brown. You're a monster, and not the cool giant lizard kind." Wade drove to the harbor, encased the doll in a bucket of quick-dry cement, and chucked it into the deep blue. Sleep with the fishes, Woody. He drove home whistling a catchy pop tune. He walked into his bathroom to wash the cement dust off his hands, pulled back the shower curtain, and there she was, sitting on the toilet lid, covered in wet seaweed, holding a half-eaten crab. Okay, first of all, gross. Second of all, how did you beat the traffic? I used the express lane. In a fit of frustrated madness, Wade decided to go full Deadpool. He grabbed an industrial-sized tub of thick red ketchup. "You think you're scary? I'm the guy who can't die. I'm the Merc with a mouth. You're just a doll with a bad hairstylist." He dunked her headfirst into the ketchup. "Stay in the sauce." He woke up the next morning. The doll was back on the basement table, perfectly clean. However, every single one of Deadpool's red suits in his closet had been filled with actual ketchup. "That is the last straw. Do you know how hard it is to get tomato stains out of spandex? It makes me look like I've been shot. Well, I have been shot, but it makes me look like I was shot by a salad." Deadpool sat at his kitchen table, defeated. Then a stroke of genius hit him. He remembered his former landlord, Mr. Schultze, the man who had kept Wade's security deposit because of excessive wall damage and suspicious red stains in the pantry. "Schultze," Wade grinned under his mask, "I have a gift for you. It's a thank you for being the worst human being since the guy who invented pay-to-win gaming." He grabbed a sturdy shipping box. He didn't just put the doll inside, he added a care package. He dipped the doll in a fresh gallon of ketchup, just for the aesthetic, wrapped her in some of his old crusty gym socks, and taped the box shut with an entire roll of heavy-duty duct tape. On the top, he taped a note. "Dear Mr. Schultz, found this in the attic. It reminded me of your personality. Hollow, creepy, and probably illegal in 3 states. Keep the security deposit, you filthy animal. Consider this an investment in your future. XOXO, Deadpool. P.S. She likes it when you whisper your bank account numbers to her at 3 a.m. Don't ask why. It's a spiritual thing." A week later, Wade was lounging in his now peaceful living room. The furniture stayed where it was, the walls had stopped screaming, and Barnaby the unicorn had been found tucked neatly behind the refrigerator, smelling slightly of sulfur, but otherwise fine. Wade kicked his boots up on the coffee table and opened the morning edition of the local newspaper. He bypassed the front page news and flipped straight to the local interest section. Local landlord taken to asylum after bizarre standoff with toy. The article detailed how a Mr. Schultz had been found by police in his basement, weeping uncontrollably while trying to negotiate a peace treaty with a ketchup-stained doll. Schultz reportedly claimed the doll was rewriting his lease agreements and threatening to haunt his offshore accounts. He had been committed to the state mental hospital earlier that morning, streaming about the red-masked man and his plastic demon. Wade let out a sharp, barking laugh that echoed through the quiet house. "Karma's a bitch, Schultzy," he chuckled, tossing the paper into the trash. "And she looks great in pigtails and a sauce-covered dress." He leaned back, satisfied, and grabbed the TV remote. "Now, Barnaby," Wade said to the plush toy, "let's see if we can find some cartoons. I've had enough reality for 1 month."